early live. You know, we doing these lives in the morning because I'm up early. I'll be up early getting in that work. Well, this is before I get in my work. You know, so I got my coffee, I got my little blunt, got my J. That's how we're gonna start off today. I got my work gloves. Uh-oh, hold on. I'm losing stuff. I got the work gloves here. So after this little live, I can get to work. You know, it's kind of early. I don't know who I'm gonna get to join with me on this early live. Or if you ain't see these, you gotta get these. These the look at that. Look at that. See? Now when you do that rob the bank, look. That's right, we got the arm sleeves. So now when you rob the bank, they see what you're doing. You go into your rob the bank, bang. Ha! Okay, let's jump into it. Spirituality over religion. Warriors need spirituality over religion. In the warrior's path, they said the warrior's path is the quickest way to enlightenment. And in the warrior's path, Larry Moore, salute. Um, Spirituality works better with the warrior because the religion has the dogma and the politics involved with it. And the spirituality is learning of oneself. So and giving the warrior a cause. So you could train all day, get into a fight, but get into the fight for the wrong reasons and lose. But you're skilled. But that's the spirituality of a warrior. That's what keeps the warrior in code. That's the code within the warrior. That not that he's just doing good things, but he's doing things that serve land, people, and himself. Now, religion would put him against people not because of what they've done or their transgressions, but it would put you against people because of your religion. Like, so you're Islam, I'm Christianity, let's fight. Don't believe in your nonsense. Your nonsense. Your book is wrong. Your book is telling a lie, and that would make warriors fight. And this happened before. That's the Crusades. That's why there's been so much blood spilled over religion, not just Christianity. The idea of religion, because Machiavelli said it. He said, "How do you control the masses? You put an eye in the sky." Because you can't see everybody. The law is inadequate. Police is inadequate to know when everybody is thinking about doing the crime or doing the crime. So Machiavelli said, how does the government control the masses? You put an eye in the sky. So most people say, oh, I'm going to commit that crime. God watching me, or whatever their God is watching me, and I ain't going to do that. So that keeps most people from doing crimes. Not everybody. You know, I was a criminal myself, and there are criminals that can override that. And tell police, you're going to have to catch me when you catch me, son. But with most people, the eye in the sky will keep them in check. And this is from Machiavelli. That's right. This is not me just spitting it. This is what Machiavelli said. How do you control the masses? You put an eye in the sky. Don't do that. He's watching. Don't think that. He's watching. Stay away from that. He's watching. And everybody that falls outside those lines, police got shackles and jail cells waiting for you. See, this is the confines and the shackles of religion. Spirituality is different because you can find that in training. You can find the spirit of the thing itself, they used to say, in training. The spirit of the thing itself. David Angel, good morning. That's right, I'm up in early talking my smack, about to get my work up. And the spirit of the thing itself, and the spirit of the thing itself is you. So finding the spirituality is finding yourself. Chaxium, register in. Yeah, they, yeah, the Jesus post, yeah, it put them up in arms. They was up in arms. But they don't understand that this channel, you're here, at this channel, you're free to voice your opinions. No one's stopping you. Just don't try to push your opinion on us and tell us that we should be doing it. Just express it. If you get some followers, you good for you. You know, maybe you will, maybe you won't. But this is a place of expression. This is not a place where you can say, don't say those things like, or you going to hell. Like, this is how people are talking. I had one dude telling me about this talking serpent. He said the serpent actually talk. I can't understand, like, how could you have a real conversation with somebody and they're talking about talking serpents. Serpents talking English. And now there's no more talking serpents. We ain't seen all the snakes in the world. We done went to all of the zoos, and I ain't seen the talking serpent yet. But you want me to believe that that talking serpent was just that. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, how could we have a real good debate if that's part of the issue? You know what I'm saying? Flying snakes, talking serpents, you know, the mysterious Loch Ness monster. Come on, man. Let's keep it factual. And I'm not, and if you got some factuals of a talking serpent, to bring the talking serpent up. You know, get a picture, get some, all of our cameras got video. You should be able to video this talking serpent so we can get down with it. I'm not saying I'm totally against it. I just need to see the talking serpent. And then we can discuss it from there. But see, this is the problem with religion. They can, you know, we've been programmed, people. We've been programmed. You didn't choose your religion. It chose you. You're supposed to choose your religion. How many people out here chose their religion? Most people only get a chance to choose their religion as they get older, if that. Because they've been programmed since they were young to follow that way that they don't know. They don't even want to look at. They don't even want to attempt to open their mind to something different. And it's okay, because way back, we used to believe fire was the God. People put some fire together like, oh, the fire God has blessed us. Not knowing it was a scientific thing happening to make fire. When droughts came, they said, oh, the water God must be mad at us. No, we know now that the land droughts at a certain time. So, and those people back then believed wholeheartedly that they were water and fire gods. Keith Jackson, to be a true warrior, you need self-mastery and knowledge of self. Brian Books, salute. Yes, and the self-mastery is what's going to be your spirit. The fight that my teacher told me I became a master in was the fight against Miles Shawn. It was, it should be on YouTube. If not, you can see it on one of my DVDs. And why was this fight one of my biggest fights? Now, before then, all of my fights were just bang, bang. Some things I did in the fight, I didn't even remember I did. Salute. I'd rather, the fight, most fights that I got into, Rashawn Ben, you remember that fight? Most fights I got into before then, it was just all anger, you know. And when you fight through anger, you're not strategizing. You're just fighting off a kill, 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 kill. There's no strategy, you know. You could be a strategized killer, but in these fights, it's all emotion is flowing. Everything's happening like this. Everything, you know, everything is moving fast, but not the Marshawn fight. You know why? Because my spirit engaged in that fight. Because as I threw my hands up, and he came at me like this, there was a voice in my head that said, "Light, he ain't even making the fist. He don't want to punch. He want to grab you. Hit him with the right hand now." And I'm like, who the hell is that talking? Who's speaking to me in my head? Even when he grabbed me in the headlock, in my mind, I heard the voice again that said, He ain't just try to grab the kid knowing we've been working on headlocks. Single palm change now, like, and I came with that single palm change. So that was the spirit. That was my spirit talking to me. Just like right now, you could say light burly. Now, in your mind, say light burly. Then ask yourself, who was that said light burly without your lips moving? That's the spirit of the thing itself. And that's why in Chinese Kung Fu, they talk about the Trinity: mind, body, spirit. Mind is the strategy. Body is the conditioning. Spirit, spirituality, the thing itself. So if mental and physical were the vitamin, your spirit would be the capsule. Rush, yeah, he did. I showed him that effective bagua. So as I was saying, if your mind and body is the vitamin, your spirituality would be the capsule that held them together. And that's why if you train hard enough by yourself, the physical, you start to think things. You start to question yourself. So your mind starts to change. As your mind starts to change and the body is changing, the spirit starts to change. And this is essential for a warrior. This is how a warrior goes to ascension. This is how a warrior ascends. You can't ascend without all three. Imagine if you had the spirit and the mind, but you had a weak body. Do you know that's the reason why Kung Fu was started by the Nichiren Daishion? I'm probably saying this name wrong. I know I butchered his name. But when he was training the monks to pray, he noticed that the monks couldn't pray 15, 16 hours. They were looking all silly. So he said, your bodies have to be stronger. So he taught them 5 animal Kung Fu, not for fighting, to help strengthen their bodies so they could pray longer. And they did. Stronger bodies meant they were able to pray long. So this is why the mind, body, spirit connection is so important. This is why in your martial arts travel, you need to connect all three to make sense of the art. And having the spirit puts you over the politics of the land so you can be a true useful warrior. Because if you get caught up in the religion of things, you will be a warrior used by the politics of the land. Salute. Chaxium up in here killing them. Salute, warrior, and thank you for holding me down on that video. You was holding me down well. I practiced Pak Mei for 10 years. I felt changes throughout my martial journey. Yes. 10 years of practicing anything should change you. Jay Fox should change you. And see, that's in the skill of martial arts is not always to hurt a man. You're fighting yourself. That's what makes you a better fighter. Because to leave your house and go train, you got to fight yourself to get out the bed, to avoid all distractions, go out and train. So the true fight is against yourself. A lot of people jump into martial arts thinking, excuse me, I'm training so I can go beat up the homie, so I can go beat down the big homie, or I can stop them from bullying me. And all of that is fine and well. But a lot of times, those answers don't need violence. A lot of answers don't need violence. Matter of fact, the better fighter you become, the more you learn how to end fights with your mouth. Right here. This thing right here can end 95% of your fights. Because you can just bow out. If somebody says, yo, son, I want to beat you up. Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to go across the street. How you gonna beat me up if I cross the street on you? And if he crosses the street on you, you cross the bridge. If he crosses the bridge on you, you cross the lake. The key is you can avoid the fight. What makes you stay and fight is your untrained spirit. Because he called you a punk, and you think you need to stand up to his words. Yes, it's not about violence and fighting. Most people are ending up in fights because they don't have the spiritual and emotional control to let a man say what he want to say. He has a right. He's a sentient being. He's a God. You know, I just had someone send me a text through my phone and it said, "Hey, bitch," like 2:30 this morning. But I don't know who he is, so he's calling me a bitch without announcing who he is. See, mentally, if you use your brains, this big muscle right here, you can see that these people don't even believe in themselves. They believe words hurt other men. That's how you know they're beta males. Listen, sticks and stones will break bones, but names will never hurt me. And if you don't know this about Light Burley, you ain't been following me. You know how many people I've, mentally killed and emotionally because they thought they can get at Light Burley with emotions. That only works on you beta males, the ones sleeping under the bed. You sleeping under the bed, your girl sleep on top of the bed, when other dudes come in to smash a pound cake, the bed be hitting you in your face. I'm not one of y'all. Rashawn, you know, the hecklers were big. Smash that like button. Get that like button up. Hit that right cross the like button. Oh, my hecklers were big. Like, I had the hecklers that would run any emotional man out of martial arts. Like, it's how they was coming at me. If you ain't have that rhinoceros skin, see, they ain't know about my rhinoceros skin. I got rhinoceros skin times Wolverine times badger skin. I got the skin of a honey badger. You ever studied a honey badger? Go look the honey badger up. Bad son of a bee there. Bad mamma jamma, that honey badger. See, I got skin of a honey badger. So, these little fake threats don't mean nothing. And then, a lot of people wanting to talk, they're talking from empty channels. So that means you're not even secure enough to show us who you are. You can't even stand 10 toes down on your on what you believe. You see me, I'm on live, 10 toes down on what I believe. If you get mad, you could come and see me about it, because you would know what I look like, but I wouldn't know what you look like. That's how strong I believe in and that's how strongly I stand on mine, 10 toes down. But you get all of these ghost channels because you're scared. Nobody's confused. You're scared. Your channel has no pictures, but yet you want to leave comments. So people that have faceless comments, I'm telling you, you will be disrespected heavily. You'll get mad. You're probably going to get emotional, say something emotional, and then you're going to leave. And the door is that way. Like one dude said, "You just lost a subscriber." So, if you don't understand my life is bigger than YouTube, then you're caught in the matrix. This is a beautiful thing. I love the internet. I love the fact that you're able to engage people that you've never met, different countries. Like, I've met beautiful people, but my life is bigger than the matrix. I live outside of the matrix, so you can't hurt me with the matrix. Oh, you just lost a sub. See ya. There'll be another person that subs to replace you. And so that's the beta males, man. That's the beta males. We got to alpha up. You got to be on your alpha. And on my alpha, I had hundreds of hecklers. I had people putting up videos like Burley's a fraud, this and that. I had people come to the park that I had to beat up. And then they started see, when they started seeing people come to the park and getting beaten up, then all of a sudden, let's slow it down. After they see my left hook look like this, like that. Like I can bring. After they seen that left hook was quick, and I don't want to talk about the right hook. You know I'm a switch hitter, southpaw orthodox, and then I'm a thinking fighter. I'm gonna walk you straight into a trap. So once they seen that, they stopped coming. They still talk, but they don't come. Like I'm in the park now. When I was in Georgia, there was a lot of talk from my Mr. 52 and his girly students, his scary students. Now that I'm up here, no more talk. They don't even want to come see me because they know the talk would be, come see the kid. That's right, Marvin Hagler style. Thank you, Rashawn. Greatest compliment ever. Yes, I'll be on my Hagler. I'll be on my Hagler. Rest in peace, Hagler. Rest in peace to one of the greatest middleweight champions ever, Marvin Marvelous Hagler. Go to war, self-destruct. And you could see, back in those days, when Hagler, Duran, Leonard was fighting, it was spirit in the fight. Big Chief, the OG. Peace, sir. I see how you hold me down, warrior. Nothing but respect. Appreciate you. You could see back in those days, those fighters had spirit. Hagler had spirit. Duran, spirit. Hearns, spirit. Sugar Ray Leonard, spirit. See, you could become spiritual through yourself because you are connected to the universe. No matter how much you want to believe that you're not, you are. We are all children of the universe. So the spirituality of it is understanding the spirit of the thing itself. And the spirit of the thing itself is you. When you understand you, your spirit grows. And your spirit is big. That's how martyrs are made. Like when the spirit of a person is big, you can kill their temple, but their presence lives on. Lives on. The princes of the world, even artists, their presence lives on after their physical death. That's the spirituality of it, not the religion of it. The spirituality of it is that they live on after death. And warriors know this. This is why warriors become spiritual. This is why they become like half philosophers. You hear what Bruce Lee said? Be like water. You put water in the cup, water become the cup. You put water in the vase, water become the vase. Be like water, my friend. That was Bruce. Then you had Mike Tyson. Everybody got the plan till they get punched in the face. Philosophers. And they philosophize through the training, through the conditioning, the body and the mind, and fighting. See, when you fight, you will become spiritual because it's your death or his death, even if it's just a sparring situation. Even if you just sparring with a person, you can die. Chaxium, another great Bruce Lee quote. Bruce Lee said, if you want to be remembered, it's simple. Just live a life worth remembering, and you will be remembered. See, this is what happens to fighters on the path. They become spiritual. That's why if you seen Mayweather and ran up on Mayweather and said, you bitch boy Mayweather, you think you could get Mayweather to fight you? You think your words can make him want to fight you? Wow, Melissa Medina said there used to be a sign in the shop I worked at that said, if you want to learn the sword, pick up a guitar. If you want to learn the guitar, pick up a sword. Boom. That's right. That's right. Because that's the spirit of the thing itself. The spirit of the guitar, the spirit of the sword, both serve the wielder. The spirit of the thing itself. Because both of those things do what? A guitar and a sword raises your spiritual value. Or the pen. Rashawn, salute. Benton, or the pen raises your spiritual value. These are things that engage your spirit. Oh, it's getting kind of sunny out here. I gotta find me a. Hold on, y'all. Let me find me a shadier place because this thing is in this sun is in my eyes. All right, this is a little bit better. This is a little bit better. But those things engage your spirit. The guitar, the sword, and that's why at the highest level, they're both the same. They're both the same thing at the highest level because both of them engage your spirit and grow your spirit. Musashi, the swordman, after chopping off so many heads, he became very spiritual. He started using the wooden sword. You know? And we know musical instruments. We know what music does to the spirit. Music is very spiritually moving. You can put on a certain song and go do something you couldn't do if you didn't hear the song. Because music touches the spirit. That's why music is a universal thing. It touches your spirit. Like you hear it, it goes through all your physical channels, your mind, but it touches your spirit. That's right. Train hard weapons like soft and soft weapons like hard. Yes, that's right. That's right. This is why Tai Chi is so good. Not all of your fighting systems should be certain things you need to train slow and flow and feel the mechanics in your body working. You know, the slowness of Tai Chi helps you to feel what's going on. And this is why the spirituality is what's needed in the warrior, not religion. A warrior cannot use religion because then you become a puppet of the masters, of the higher ups. Will make you a puppet. You know who's a puppet? A soldier. And I respect soldiers. We all respect soldiers that fight for our land. But they become puppets because they're fighting for political reasons and they're told they can't question the political reason. This is the difference between a warrior and a soldier. A warrior has no master. He serves the land and people. The soldier serves the government. So if the government told the soldier to run in your house and take everything you own, that soldier would have no other choice but to do it. But if the government told the warrior to do that, the warrior would tell the government to go F off. Send your soldiers to kill me because I'm not doing it. And this is the reason why Melissa, Medina tribes will have their weapons blessed by an elder or a spiritual leader. Facts. And this is why the warrior must stay away from religion. Because you will become a soldier for the government and the powers that be. Not for your own increasing of your soul and your ways. You will no longer control yourself. When you go to the army, you are owned by the army. You become theirs. For that amount of time that you're there, you belong to them. They got their own courts for you. They got everything for you. Because you no longer belong to yourself. The warrior stays away from that path. So there you have it. Spirituality over religion. That's what the warrior needs. Now it's time for me to get to work. That's the morning sermon. Hands up, chin down, rumble, young man, rumble.